Section 1. A rebellion of the mind. An introduction. A true rebel is not necessarily the one making the most noise, throwing the most stones, wearing the most outlandish clothes. Oh no, that is often just theatre, a pantomime of defiance for an audience eager to applaud conformity. The genuine rebel is often much quieter. Their revolution begins not on the streets, but in the silent, vast landscape of their own mind. This is a rebellion of thought, a courageous act of looking at the world, at the rules we live by, and asking why. And Section 2, the man behind the moustache. Who was Friedrich Nietzsche? Before we dive headfirst into his philosophy, it's helpful to know a little about the man. 19th century, a time of scientific upheaval, social upheaval, intellectual upheaval. Born in 1844 in a small Prussian town, son of a Lutheran pastor, early life steeped in religious tradition, he would later critique. Brilliant student, prodigy in classical philology, the study of ancient texts, became a professor at the University of Basel at just 24. Academic future seemed secure, tweed and dusty libraries, but he wasn't meant for a quiet academic career. His mind was restless, his spirit fiery. He left his professorship due to recurring, debilitating health problems. That departure marked the start of his true life's work. For the next decade he wandered Europe, Swiss Alps, Italian coast, standing alone, the virtue of individualism. One of the most fundamental pillars of Nietzsche's rebellious philosophy is individualism. Today, it's often reduced to a quirky fashion sense or a curated profile. For Nietzsche, it meant cultivating a sovereign self, one who stands on their own intellectual and moral feet. Trust your own judgment, follow the compass of your own mind, even when the world marches the other way. Be the author of your life's story. Discover and forge your own path rather than trodding inherited roads. He called our growth drive the will to power, not domination, but the force that urges a seed toward the sun. It is self-mastery, becoming more than you are through creative effort. The true individual looks inward to potential, not outward for approval. They ask, what am I capable of becoming? Then, do the hard work to realize it. Dedicate yourself to demanding craft, a personal code, brick by painful brick. Reject the prefab house of herd virtues. Standing alone draws disapproval. Loneliness and criticism test your strength. Yet this struggle gives life its savor. The harder path yields genuine selfhood. Flowing from individualism is the exercise of free will. Much of life is habit, instinct, unthinking absorption. Sleepwalking through existence. The rebel awakens. They interrogate their life. Why do I hold this belief? Is it truly mine or inherited? Why follow this routine? Does it serve growth or comfort? You stop being a passenger and take the wheel. Choice is formidable and frightening. To choose is to take responsibility. Follow the herd and blame is easy. Choose yourself and the outcome is yours to carry. The burden is the source of freedom and power. Every conscious choice affirms agency and builds self-creation. Choose your values, your goals, your friends, and your response to suffering. Pain you don't choose still arrives. Use it to hone your spirit. Meaning in struggle is free will at its peak. Perhaps Nietzsche's most visceral metaphor is the herd, most cluster for safety, warmth, and belonging. The unspoken pact, think alike, act alike, value the same things in exchange for safety and ease, comfort, security, the absence of conflict, a morality of pleasant mediocrity. The rebel sees the soul-crushing cost of this safety. Conformity smothers originality and discourages questioning. New ideas and strong individuals threaten herd truths. The herd often mocks, excludes, or brands the outsider as mad. It pulls you back or casts you out. Rejecting the herd isn't contrarianism. It's refusing to let popular opinion dictate your mind. Don't adopt beliefs because they're fashionable, nor abandon them because they're not. Maintain inner distance, a sanctuary where your judgment reigns. In a louder world, curate inputs, and carve silence to hear your own thoughts. Section 6. Whispers from the Abyss. A glimpse into Nietzsche's works. His books, read like prophetic proclamations, vivid imagery and biting aphorisms. He shunned dry systems, choosing dynamite for the mind. Thus spoke Zarathustra, a tale of descent from solitude to teach the Übermensch. Not a comic book hero, but an ideal who creates life-affirming values. Bear burdens, say no, then say a joyful yes and create anew. He takes a hammer to moral idols, good and evil as human inventions. Master morality values strength, slave morality, safety and harmlessness born of resentment. He offers no comforting system, only the blast to free your thinking, not to win disciples, but to catalyze your own journey. Beyond good and evil, think for yourself. Section 7. The call to selfhood. Amid thunderous declarations lies a simple imperative. Become who you are. If I am myself, how can I become myself? Nietzsche points beyond everyday identity. There's you as product of upbringing, culture, habits, and you as potential. Becoming is lifelong self-realization. Discover strengths, highest values, authentic desires, have the courage to live by them. You don't find a pre-existing you create you through choices. Radical honesty, face weaknesses, fears, and inauthentic roles. Admit when you please others rather than yourself. Painful and necessary. You can't become who you are until you know who you're not. Be the artist of character. Stop accepting the world's mask. Forge who you're meant to be. Section 8. Echoes of Zarathustra in the modern world. Far from dusty, his call to rebel is more urgent today. A global chorus of opinions, trends, and judgments broadcast into our pockets. The temptation to conform is immense. Nietzsche offers antidote. Step back, think for yourself. The artist who rejects formula to create something unclassifiable risks obscurity and ridicule, yet expands music. Creation over imitation inspires others to follow. The scientist who pursues a stubborn anomaly challenges dogma. Bravery drives progress. Choose evidence over herd doctrine. Movements for justice began with lone dissenters rejecting comfortable herd morality for higher principles. Progress comes from courageous individuals who imagine and build a better world. Section 9. The Rebel's Toolkit. 3 practical steps to independence. Embracing Nietzsche can feel like climbing a mountain, but it begins with a single step. You needn't flee your life. Start with small, consistent actions. 3 steps to begin becoming who you are. Step 1. Make why your mantra. When you meet a rule, a custom, an opinion, or an old belief, ask, why does this exist? What purpose does it serve? Who benefits? Not cynicism, curiosity. Understand the why, then choose. Start with one area you conform. Books, clothes, or opinions for approval. Make one honest choice, even once. Courage is a muscle. Step 3. Carve space for creation. Write, cook, garden, learn an instrument, tinker with code. Making something new affirms your agency. Begin today. Ask one why. Make one authentic choice. Create one small thing. Do it not to oppose the world, but to build your own. Choose with care, act with courage, build with love. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content, and thanks for watching.